Hey guys, it's Zid. Welcome to another episode of Keyboard Quickies. Today is going to be a quick follow-up on episode 2 about the Roland W30. Today is the W30 versus the Korg M1. Alright, so as you know, the Roland W30 was a sampler. The Korg M1 was just an amazing synth, basically like what you'd call a wavetable synth today with many layers. But basically the rule was if you had one, you hated the other. So it was the W30s against the Korg M1s, and you drew a line in the sand and you just couldn't have anything to do with the other. Now I was a Roland W30 guy, and I just didn't like the M1 and anyone who had it. And I was actually in a band, and there was this other band in town, and their keyboard player had the M1, and it was like the arch rivals, and like we were at war. It was like goalies fighting in a hockey game. Like it was so pointless, but what's funny is that nobody would admit at the time how good the M1 really was as a Roland person. You know, there's a Roland documentary right now on the history of the company, and they even mention how the M1 just destroyed the W30. Like, even they acknowledge it. I remember though, I had my W30 and I was set in my ways, and I had a bunch of former bandmates come check out my new keyboard, and like they were all drooling over that piano. So yeah, I know the W30 had a better piano sample and all that, but so another time I was taking a college course, and it was electronic music, and we were told to bring our keyboards to the class, and I show up and I got my W30, and this other kid opens his bag and it's an M1, and he just looks at me, and I just look at him, and we're just like across the room, you know, like we just hated each other, you know. And then we're doing our little demos for the class, and I'm sitting here going, oh shit, I can't do that, oh, you know. So that's the truth. You fast forward 30 years and nobody's looking for the W30 right now, but everybody's looking for the M1. I mean, you still have to pay good money for a VST, you know, a virtual version of it in your software. The samplers are a dime a dozen. So, you know, I'm sorry to everybody I said, you know, F you and your M1, man. That's where it's at. And if anybody has one, they want to give it to me, I want it. I still want it. Yeah, so M1, Roland W30, no comparison. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow Cobras anywhere on all streaming platforms. This is Keyboard Quickies. Was that even remotely interesting?
Yeah.
I was all over the place. Whatever. That's, I mean,